3 points. One, two, three. 3 points for Michael Carrick. And three is not just for the 3 points, but mind this, guy. Just process this. Process this. Manchester United are third place in the Premier League right now. A team that ended 15th place last season. A team prior to Michael Carrick's appointment that was around 6th or 7th place are third in the Prem right now. 8 Mondays ago, I was seeing a tweet. It was about 8 Mondays ago that Ruben Amorim was sacked from this club, and that was one of the best decisions Ineos has ever taken. Decision a bit too late, some may say. A decision that is completely wrong, some may say. But now, bun all that. 8 Mondays later, Manchester United is third in the Prem table, above the likes of Liverpool, above the likes of Chelsea, and now above Aston Villa as well. By during Michael Carrick's appointment, which we were 11 points below, mind you, 11 points below Aston Villa. Now we're on par. They're the same amount of points as them. We're above them on goal difference. Can you believe it? Michael Carrick has came into this football club, has turned things around, created a new culture, brought incorporated players, played them in their positions, and now Manchester United is playing free football. Manchester United is playing football and winning games away and at home. Doesn't matter where it is, getting the 3 points or getting a draw against West Ham. That is what Manchester United has been doing. I mean, past three games, I know the football hasn't been beautiful. Like against Spurs, we played an amazing game. Against City, Arsenal, we played amazing games. But as you know, Manchester United, the problem that they've been having for the past few years is definitely these small fixtures, like West Ham away, Everton away, playing. These kinds of games are the ones that always get Manchester United, and we've seen that this season, especially in that West Ham game where West Ham away has always been the London Stadium has always been a place United has struggled at. I don't think we won in the last 3 years or something. There's no if you're watching the game, you understand there was no space in the ground at all, right? The ground seems so compact, and it's not, and those kinds of grounds are not what kind of that helps the United players. Like Bruno Fernandes is a player that kind of needs the space to, get the ball in or whatever, do whatever he needs. Like we seen that pass to Sesko, by the way, amazing pass. Those West Ham away grounds, those are the kind of grounds United struggle in. But let's talk about Benjamin Sesko. Benjamin Sesko has scored in the last seven. He scored 6 goals in the last 7 games. Mind you, this is better than Erling Haaland. This is better than Hugo Ekitike. This is on form right now. Benjamin Sesko is the best striker in the Premier League. It's not a competition. As of 2026, March 2026, from the start of 2026 January to March 2026, in this period, Benjamin Sesko has been the best striker in the Premier League. 6 goals in 7 games off the bench. He's been scoring amazing. People have been asking, hey, Michael Carrick, when are we ever going to see Sesko start? Is he going to play? Like, what are you going to do with him, right? And now Michael Carrick has trusted Sesko and has put him in the lineup at home against Crystal Palace, which seemed like his game. Because Mbeumo was the type of striker, right? He would play well against high lines. Like if y'all remember the Chelsea Barcelona game where Chelsea won 3-0, Pedro Neto was playing as a striker. Why? He's the type of player that could, just destroy the backline, just like just open up the backline, just to against those kinds of highlights, and that's the kind of player Mbeumo was as well. If you're playing Mbeumo up as a striker, most likely he should be in those big games like against like the cities where they play the high line, right? Those are the kinds of games that benefit Mbeumo a lot because making those runs from the behind, dragging the defenders out, and creating spaces. That's the kind of game Mbeumo plays when he's playing up as a striker. But these kinds of games like West Ham, Crystal Palace, Everton, it's more based on physicality, right? Technical. I mean, those games are more technical. The cities, the Liverpools, the Arsenals. It's more technical. It's more playing against those highlights. How are you gonna make those passes? How are you gonna build up? How are you gonna build the play up? But games like these, Crystal Palace, Everton, it's all about the physicality. It's about how your striker is gonna beat those defenders, getting the box and score those goals, and that's exactly what Benjamin Sesko did. the other day. You know, he was dominating in my opinion. He was he was dominating the box physically. Even in that goal that he scored, the Bruno loops that ball into the box, amazing ball. But what does he do? He gets in front of the defender and he gets it in. Those are the kinds of things that you need for your striker to do, right? Be a presence in the box, be the fox in the box. Even if you get a half chance to score in it, those are the kinds of attributes that you would need from a striker, and that's exactly what Benjamin Sesko has been delivering against Fulham. I mean, not fully a half chance. Bruno lays it on a plate for him, and then he still gets it top base. Well, that goal against West Ham, I don't think any other striker in the Prem scores that. I'm not joking. I might be exaggerating. I might be a bit biased or anything, but in my opinion, no striker in the Prem is scoring a goal like that. That was, in my opinion, that was a half chance. And Mbeumo put that ball in the box, but I don't think it was that good of a ball. But Benjamin Sesko still got on his feet, got a touch in it, and top bins. That's the kind of striker Benjamin Sesko is. That's the kind of striker that United needs in these types of games, and that's what Benjamin Sesko exemplifies, right? That he's the United striker. People have been comparing with Ollie with the. I mean, of course, I haven't watched Ollie like with the last minute winners and so. But I think, in my opinion, Benjamin Sesko completely deserved the start that he got today. He completely deserved it. Maybe on another day he would have gone a couple more goals. I mean, I remember in the first half where he got a header in, but then it was straight to Dean Henderson. Maybe he could have got another goal or anything. But Benjamin Sesko is the striker that United needs right now. I mean, I don't think he's fully ready for those big games yet, like the against the likes of Cities, the Arsenals. But if you want a reliable striker that's gonna score. That's just gonna keep on scoring, and that's gonna help United be the main man in these small games. That's the kind of striker that United needs, and Benjamin Sesko resembles that United striker, and hopefully in the future he can develop into the striker that's in the big games as well. And he's just amazing, man. Heading ability, Benjamin Sesko is up there, man. Like current strikers in the world, I think the one thing that a lot of strikers lack, right, is the heading ability. We've seen with Ekatike, he's fairly tall. I think he's 6'3". He's pretty tall. 6'3". I'm sure I'm like 5'6". I can't be saying he's fairly tall. He's tall, right? But if we look at the heading ability of Ekatike compared to the heading ability of Sesko, it's like difference between day and night. Sesko's heading ability is insane, right? I mean, I would trust Sesko with those set pieces. I would put the ball in for Sesko, and I'd be like, man, build up BS. Let me just cross the ball into the box and let's hope Sesko scores it. And Sesko, 9 out of 10 goals, I think he would score it. I mean, we've seen his heading ability. We've seen the kind of goals that he scored in Leipzig. We'd be like, man, bun all that build up, cross, get the ball, look for space, cross the ball into the box, and let's hope Sesko scores it. That, that's the kind of heading ability that Sesko has, and I think only he's second to Holland in terms of heading, or he's second to Kane in terms of heading right now as a striker. And I might be exaggerating a lot. I mean, probably am, but amazing game for Sesko. Not he was just he was creating spaces a lot. Not just that he had I'm just looking at his stats right now. Defensive control. He had 16 touches, 6 touches in the opposition box, one pass in the final third. He had a recovery. He's won 6 out of his 7 aerial duels, by the way. That's insane, right? So amazing performance from Benjamin Sesko, and I think this is the first time under Carrick. I mean, we've seen a full-fledged Mbeumo, Cunha, and Benjamin Sesko front three. I'm not gonna lie, United desperately need like a out and out winger. Like just looking at this team, it feels like I think I've said it in my previous video as well. Amad Diallo feels like the only out and out winger in the team right now, right? Cunha, he's plays so centrally. I'm looking at his heat map right now. I mean, most of the times he was in the central spaces. He was occupying like right in front of the box, drifting off to the right. I mean, he was on the left, of course, on the touchline as well. But most of the times he was occupying those central spaces, and it just feels the same for Mbeumo as well. Mbeumo drifting in a lot, occupying that whole right hand space near the box as well. Being on the touchline once or ever, right? United need to sign an out and out winger if you want to play this kind of football. Like now, now I understood why Carrick was hesitant in playing Sesko, like playing Ahmad as well, because Cunha and Embuemo are probably like just like inverting wingers. Like Cunha, I mean, Embuemo, you can say he's kind of a winger, right? But like with the problem with Cunha is he's not a striker. He's not fully a 10. He's not a fully a winger. What is he? That's the thing. Cunha is a type of player where you have to have a system around him, right? Like you can give Cunha the freedom to do whatever he wants, and I think Michael Carrick has done that decently well. I mean, Bruno is a player that also likes to drop deep, go drift off to the left, drift off to the right. He likes to be all over the pitch, and I think Cunha is a similar profile in that terms of a player, but like not in terms of the chance creation, creativity, but in the terms of playing with freedom, just like drifting right, left, centrally, deep, going deep. That's the kind of player I see Cunha as, and I think he incorporated that well, Michael Carrick. And now I'm actually interested to see. So if United sign an out and out left winger, let's say a Yan Diomande or a Iliman Njai or any winger with like that, how's the United team going to look like? Is this going to still going to be a Cunha, Sesko, and Buemo front three with a left wing backup, or is the left wing going to start and Cunha going to be that player that always comes in the 60th and 70th minute to that plays against the tired legs of the opposition? But the problem with that is that we bought Cunha for what 65 million, and that could bring a lot of the rep of the club down, right? A 65 million player being a bench player, that's kind of a disgrace, right? If you bought a player for 65 or 70 million, you would expect him to be an out and out starter, playing week in week out. But yeah, the that's the problem that I see with Cunha. So if we bring in a left winger, what's the front three going to look like? If I mean, with Casemiro again, Casemiro, I think he had a decent game yesterday. Um, Defensively, man, still concerns all over at United. It's not like we've conceded too many shots. 8 shots, three on target. Of course, that's really good. The thing is that goal, man. Like Euro had to do better. My opinion, he was trying to focus so much on Lacroix that he didn't focus on the ball. Where was the ball being put in the box? No, I don't care. I'm gonna focus on Lacroix because Lacroix is the main man for the set piece. No, that was horrible defending. The defender should always have his focus on the ball. Where's the ball landing? How can I get that ball? Don't never have to focus on the man. Have to focus on the ball. Have to focus on the man when the ball is with the man. But at that point of time, the ball was not with the man. The ball was in the air, ready to land. Get the ball, head the ball away. And you could argue Lamens could have done better there, but like what can you do? That's completely a defender's mistake. He definitely had to do better, Euro there. We expect more of him, and it's another situation where Man United have been costed goals because of Euro's mistakes. Whether against the likes of Aston Villa, where he conceded those 2 goals instead of marking Morgan Rogers, whether today he conceded that goal um, through his defensive mistake. It's just another situation that has occurred. So now, next game, will we see Carrick backing Euro or will he give Aiden Heaven a chance? That's now a question as well, right? Kobe Manu undisputed starter, another decent game from him. I mean, not as good as the previous games, but I thought he was good in those tight spaces. I mean, he got outpressed a lot of times. He got the ball taken away from him, but still, I thought he had a pretty decent game. Nothing too special. But yeah, man, I mean, Shaw got injured, taken out of the 24th minute, and I'm gonna be honest, the first 25 minutes that Shaw was getting cooked on the left side, like the right side of Crystal Palace with Sar and Munoz, they were overloading those wings a lot. I mean, they as we know, Crystal Palace does play a three at the back system, like similar to Ruben Amorim, but their system is not more so dependent on the wingers. It's not like give the ball to the wingers, take them high up, crossing the box. That's Amorim's system. That's not fully what Glasner plays. Glasner plays the ball more centrally, right? And as we see, it goes to the likes of Wharton, it goes to the likes of Kamada. But today, Munoz and Mitchell, they played so high up. They were basically wingers, man. And then Saad and Brendan Jones, they were playing like, of course, they're playing as the 2 10s. With they were just switching between plays. Like Saad then goes becomes an out and out winger. Then Munoz goes in, and we see that a lot. And that hooked our fullbacks generally, Shaw and Dallo. They could have definitely had a better game, but the overload that Crystal Palace were creating with Brennan Johnson, Daryl Mitchell. Daryl Mitchell. No, that's a cricket. Tyreek Mitchell. Daryl Mitchell's a New Zealand cricket player. I don't know why I said that. Tyreek Mitchell and Brennan Johnson, and with Saad and then Daniel Munoz, right? Those overloads that they were creating on the wings definitely messed with Shaw's and Dalo's head. But yeah, those were my thoughts on the game. That's a terrible half, by the way. First half, terrible. Up there with one of the worst halves that we had this season, definitely. And I mean, second half, I think we played a bit better. We had more of the ball, but that is kind of a concern, right? Crystal Palace, they played on Wednesday, I think. They in was it Wednesday or Thursday? They played 3 days prior to when they played yesterday, and they played with more intensity than Manchester United did in the first half. Is that a concern? Is that something Manchester United need to fix in the upcoming game? I mean, they play Newcastle again on Wednesday. I mean, only 4 days after. So how is Manchester United going to respond? Are they gonna show this? Are they gonna play the same kind of first half with tired legs, or are they gonna show more intensity up top? But this game has definitely shown us that Manchester United needs squad depth. Definitely needs squad depth because midfielders, man, Casemiro, 11 games left this season, and Ugarte, he's definitely gonna get shipped off. So 2 or 3 new midfielders are required, with Europe also becoming, with Champions League also becoming a huge possibility with Manchester United in top three, and we need an out now left winger and 2 new fullbacks, by the way. So a whole new rebuild phase is going to go through this summer. It's all based upon how will Ineos respond. How will Carrick become the new manager after this, or will they just think it's a new manager bounce? I mean, it's been 9 games. Obviously, there's no new manager bounce. But is Carrick the right guy for United to take to the title? Are we gonna trust this purple patch form that Carrick has been having with Manchester United, or are we gonna look for better options post World Cup? Maybe the likes of a Nagelsmann, or maybe if Luis Enrique doesn't sign for PSG, maybe does Luis Enrique come into Manchester United? I mean, give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts. That's what I think. That's about it. Those are my thoughts on the game. Thank you so much. See you next time.